everybody, welcome back to Rach and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a wonderful week 10, whatever that has been for you and whatever you've been doing with your time. I just want to say a big massive thank you to everybody that has been following along with the collaboration, and also remembering to leave likes and comments on everybody's videos. Really appreciate your support. We have a lot of people take part in our collaborations that are, you know, new and upcoming channels, and it's really hard trying to get going on YouTube. So we kind of run these events to really get them out there, you know, get them in front of different audiences, and also to help you guys out as well, so you can find new YouTubers with different techniques and skills that you might want to tap into. So I really am just very grateful for all the support that you have been giving them. And also just a quick reminder that we do have just 4 weeks left now. Just 4 weeks. Yes, I know it's gone so quickly. I can't believe we're nearly through 100 days. It's like, oh my gosh, where's the time gone? But please don't give up on us now. So if you would just stick with them, they would be very grateful, and so would I. Just a reminder, we are now running a big giveaway at the end of the collaboration. In the last week 14, you will have videos from myself and Bella, and we will be doing a giveaway every day. We've got quite a lot of donations have come in from all of the collaborators. We've got kits, we've got ephemera that's been made, we've got journals, we've got all sorts of things. So I'll try and get a list together this week and perhaps pop it up on Instagram to kind of motivate everybody and remind you all what you need to do. And then when we draw them, then Bella and I will pick a different random video out of the last 4 weeks, from week 10 to week 13, and we'll take all of the comments from that video and put you all in the draw like that. Okay, so it could be any video, guys. It could be any video. So don't forget to leave your comments and your likes. Okay, so that was week 10. Oh my gosh, wasn't it amazing? Have you enjoyed doing your mixed media journaling? I've really enjoyed catching up with all of the girls' videos this week, and just some wonderful projects that they've done. And it's been lovely as well to see some, you know, watercolouring, some doodling, lots of different things taking place. And it's just been really lovely. Bit of a change from just, you know, the old paper and glue that we do, isn't it? So that was week 10. So where are we going now? Well, you'll be pleased to know. I'm just thinking I need to clean my printer. There's something wrong with my printer. It's making funny lines in all my printing. I'm so unhappy about it, but there we are. Right, anyway. Week 11. That's where we're taking you now today. So you have got Bella and myself today. So don't forget to go and check out Bella's video over on Bella's Crafty Studio. And we are going to be working on vintage and that was a mouthful. Vintage and ephemera themes. My goodness. Put my teeth in for that one. And you have got yet again another jam-packed week ahead with some amazing collaborators taking place. Sorry, why do I always get hiccups when I do videos? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what you've got coming up this week. That's what we'll be working on today. There are some freebies for you, of course, because it is Freebie Challenge Saturday. So if you go over to my Ko-fi page, the link will be in the description box down below. Also, if you go to the website, the collaboration page on the website, every week I put up a new little picture that says the week, and then you click the picture and it takes you straight to the freebies on our Ko-fi page. But there are 2 pages for you this week of like what I consider to be examples of vintage sewing ephemera, because of course we're working with the new kit, the sewing kit. If you haven't yet seen it, there would have been a little reel at the beginning of the video with the new kit, so you could have a little look at it. It is available for you to buy as a bundle, so you can save your pennies, and there's 4 kits available. You've got the main journal kit, you've got the background kit, you've got an add-on kit and an ephemera kit. So usual sort of thing that I do. But you can get them all in one bundle to save you trying to download lots of different files. So if you want to go and check that out, again, the link is in the description box, and it will take you to the website where they are all in our website shop. So this week you have got some lovely little vintage sewing ephemera pieces. So I've done these that are more label-y size, I thought you could use them for. And then this side, then, they are more like ephemera size. You've got some vintage button cards, and then some different cards then with all lots of different things on. So there's a bit of a mixture between the French and some English stuff, because it's not actually that easy to find vintage sewing ephemera. Yeah, that's what I've come up with for you guys. So I hope you enjoy having a play with those. I'm now going to do a really quick project with you today. A little one-sheet wonder. We love our one-sheet wonders, don't we? Inspired by the lovely Julie at Camellia Crafts. And yeah, so I'm going to just crack on with that now and show you some different ways that you can do this project, and with different types of and styles of papers. So let me just move my beautiful kit pages out the way in case you haven't seen them yet. Pop those up by there. I'm going to just get up my mat because we're doing messy work and I don't want to get it on my lovely pretty pink one. There we go. I put the pink mat down because it shows me where you guys are, so I know as long as whatever I'm doing is within the remit of the pink, I know you can see what I'm up to. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today is we're going to be making a little one sheet wonder. It's like a mini ephemera folder, we'll call it. It's a perfect little happy mail gift, or you can put it into your journal. I think it would be quite nice in the front of a journal, you know, where you have the pocket and you could just pop it in there in the front, and then you can put all the little bits and things in there then. So I'm going to do a few examples with different types of papers. So these are what I'm going to work with today. These are out of the new kit we're working with this month, obviously. And this is just a large music sheet. Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to just quickly trim that edge before I started. Darn it. You think you got everything ready? And then there's always one thing you miss. Right, okay. There we are. Just want to get that off there so that it's not untidy, because it is going to be on show. There we are. Right, okay. Okie dokie. So let me just show you very quickly what we're going to be doing today. So I have got these little booklets, little pocket things. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets, and I'm going to try and add another 3 if I can, okay? And they open out like this, but very easy to make. And there's one then that I've started working on with the music paper. We'll come back to that one in a moment. So I'm going to show you first how we do our folds. I think I'll start with this paper. Obviously, just be careful if you're using directional paper, because we're going to be folding it in half. So, and then you're going to be folding it in on itself. So if you've got anything with writing on, you know, if you're not bothered about it being directional, that's fine. But just, you know, Okay, so let's begin. We are going to take a sheet of paper. I'm working with an A4 sheet of paper. I'm guessing some of you will have US letter size or A4, but just use your standard size sheet of paper. And then you're going to turn it over to the blank side, fold it in half first, okay? Do your half fold. Then fold it in half this way, leaving a small gap at the top, okay? Only a small gap. Then when you've done that, you're going to want to fold it in half this way, which it should do perfectly fine because you've done that initial half fold at the beginning. Then you're going to take this side here and you're going to fold it in towards the centre, but leaving, can you see the gap I've left there? So there's my fold and I'm leaving just a bit of a gap there. And it's just to leave space for when we fold it in. And you're going to do the same then on the other side. You're wondering why my folds are already in place. It's because I've done this twice already and talked to you all twice already, and then I keep making mistakes because I was waffling. So I'm opting not to waffle. I'm just giving you instructions this time because I'm getting myself confused. Right, now the next job now is we're going to turn it over to the back. So you should now have the tall side facing you. And then you're going to bring down your piece of paper and you're going to take this corner and you're going to fold it up to this fold line. Because your paper should now be folded in basically like 8 sections. So there we are. And if you use the fold line, then you know then that your fold will be straight. And then the same on this side here. There we go. Job done. And I'm going to just very quickly put a dot of glue under there, and then that's done. And that's out the way. And the same here. There we are. That's done and that's out the way. Okay. The next thing you're going to do now is you're going to turn it back around to the front, and then you're going to fold them in like this. So I was thinking then. And then take one at a time this back piece now and tuck it into here, and it's all, you can do it all by eye, that's not a problem, and make sure that that is in line there so that it's square. Now I'm folding mine forward, because I like, especially if you've got white, it brings a bit of the pattern forward. And what I've done to make my fold is I've just lined that up there, and I've lined that so that that's perpendicular. Is that the right word? So I can see I've got a 90-degree angle there then, and I know then that when I lift this up, both of my pockets are on the same angle. Now, if you want them to be the same, how did I look at this earlier on? Did I fold it that way earlier? Yeah, I did. If you want them to be exactly the same, both sides, what you can then do is open it up, look, fold it backwards on itself, and then simply fold that one then over that one, and then you should have your fold line then. And they should, in theory, match. There we are, look. So now both my pockets tucks are the same size, same height. And you'll be thinking, well, does that really matter, Rachel? Well, not really, but it kind of does, because when you fold them together like this, it's so much nicer if it's all uniform. Right, now, the next stage now is where I personally will ink, and I'm going to ink just because I feel it's nice when you've got multiple layered pockets to give a little bit of definition. So I'm going to just lift this piece here, and I'm going to ink that pocket there. I'm going to ink that pocket there. You don't need to ink everything, so just what will be seen down the side there as well. Then we're going to do the inner bit, this bit here, because this is the back. So just a nice bit of ink across there. Lovely, lovely. And then you're going to ink across here. Now I would do both sides of this sheet of paper here because it folds in and out, if that makes sense. So on the back of this one, I would do the back side and then this side. There we are. See, that didn't take long, did it? But it's just, I just feel sometimes it's important when you've got lots of folds and things to just put a little bit of ink on it. You know, I don't mean like drown it in, you know, grunginess. But I mean, we are doing Vintage Ephemera this week, of course. But I just think this, you know how much different that looks? You should now be able to see, gosh, that looks like an envelope from above there. You should be able to see now all of those pockets and tucks and everything else that's involved. And then simply fold it in. Oh yes, gosh, don't forget to do around the outside. The front, most important. And again, then on the back. Oh, I love this paper. It really lends itself to this, doesn't it? There we go. So that is your basic structure. Gosh, do you know what? I couldn't have done that if I tried. Look at that really is making my eye very pleased, that is, because it's dead centre in there. There we go. Ah, must have been designed by a good designer, that. Right, okay, let's do it now with a piece of music paper, and let's see how I can do it without getting myself confused. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half again, like so, and then we're going to fold it in half this way, leaving the little gap at the top. Then we are going to turn it around and bring it down. Oh, hang on. No, I've missed a stage. Sorry, I was trying to think through my steps. The next thing then, fold that in half so it's properly in half the right way. Then we are going to bring this in, leaving a little gap. Just a little gap, nothing massive. Nothing that needs to stop a pig in a passageway, as we say. Just a small gap. All the British ladies will be laughing now at me saying that, because they don't understand what I mean. There we are. Right. There we go. And then that should be, yes, perfect. There we go. Now, open it back up, turn it around, fold it towards yourself. So that now is the front, the inner bit. Take this corner down. I can't see my folds now on here because of the colour of the paper. There we are. I'll have to improvise. One. What's the matter, Taff? Now, come on. Door's open. Just reminding me you're there, you love. Okay. There we go. Turn that around now. Turn it around. Bring the one window in. Tuck your fold in like so, looking for that 90-degree bend. So once you've got that in place, then mark it down, then take it back on itself and fold this doggy leg over the top, take it back out, bring that down and tuck it in. Job done. Oh gosh, that was easy, wasn't it? She says. Fold it in now. Oh no, yeah, see, I've missed. Now, if it won't fold shut properly, you know you've misfolded. I couldn't see the, tell you what I'll do actually, because you won't be able to see it. I'm just going to put a bit of ink on there. So if you do have an awkward and you can't see your seam, just ink it, ladies, all right, and gents, sorry. All right, let me just take that back a bit because it was too, I'd done it across too far. There we are. It was preventing my fold. There we go. Job done. Lovely. Now again, just go round, ink now for definition, so you can see where your pockets and folds are. But that, in a sense, in essence, rather, not in essence, get it? Sorry. Oh dear, I need to get out more. I'm laughing at my own jokes now. Oh, trust me, there is nobody in this house that laughs at my jokes. I am literally the least funny person my kids have ever met, I think. I personally think I'm hysterical, but now and again I will drop a good clang and I will get a giggle out of them, but there's never any uproarious, whatever the word is, raucous laughter when I tell a joke. They just like look at me as if like, Mum, no, just no. Oh yeah, thanks. I think I'm quite funny, but there we are. We clearly don't share the same sense of humour, do we? But that would be awful if you did. Who wants to share a sense of humour with the kids, eh? Not me. Right. Okay, so let's just glue down my dog ears. Because if I didn't glue them without checking that it closed, isn't it? So there we are, guys. Check that your thing shuts before you glue them down. Right, I'm going to just quickly show you now the one that I've stitched to show you where you can stitch. Where I've stitched because I feel it adds to it. Okay. Now, so that's your two there. We've got a vintagey style one. We've got one done in the style of the thing. Oh, I really want to do another one. Can I just quickly do another one? Because I want to do it with this paper. Because I think it'll look lush. And then we'll have a few to decorate them, won't we? Right, so fold it in half. Let's see if I can do it even quicker this time. It's good to do things like this a couple of times because, like, after the second time, then it turns into, like, muscle memory then, doesn't it? Thing is, then if you do it a few times, you're never going to forget how to make these little ephemera holders. Yeah, there we are. Then we're going to go in. It takes me a few times of doing something to kind of get in my head. I don't know if you're the same, but just watching somebody do it, I'd never learn like that. I have to learn through practice. They say, but everybody has different learning techniques, don't they? Different ways that you learn. Some people learn through listening. I did learn the percentages once when I was on my management training, but evidently it was that interesting. It's fallen out of my head now. Right, turn it around, upside down, fold it back, and then we are going to fold this down to the line. It isn't going to be dead on the line, preferably not on the line actually, so you can shut it. And then the same with this one. But the idea of the line is that you're using it to give you that 90-degree angle. Look, fold it back over, turn it back around, then bring this down. I'm sure you're all wondering what I've done to my poor finger, aren't you? I have told you this story 3 times, but I've had to go back and start again because I kept making a mistake because I was talking. So I opted to leave my poor story until I was done folding. But yes, my son in his eminent wisdom decided the other night at 11:30, night before maths GCSE exam, to go and sew a patch on his denim jacket sleeve. It wasn't working out. He came and says he was trying to pick it because he put it on in the wrong place. It was too high or too low or something. So he came down, he was like, Mum, have you got anything? I'm trying to unpick this. And I said, oh, give it you. I can do it on the sewing machine. So anyway, I put the jacket on him, checked where it needed to go, put a pin in it, and then, so as I can see, that's not square, it's annoying me. Proceeded to stitch it on the sewing machine for him. Well, if I did, stitching away, praying that my needle wasn't going to snap because it was a denim jacket. And I forgot the pin was in there. So as I'm like trying to ease this, because it was like right on the top of the sleeve, so trying to ease it under the machine, not stitch it to the fabric underneath. and I rammed into my finger with the pin. And rather than thinking, oh, there's a pin in my finger, I better pull it out, I yanked my finger out and literally took a chunk at my finger. Oh my word, it hurt. And it didn't bleed. You know it's a bad one when it doesn't bleed, don't you? It's like, oh no, I've just literally taken away tissue there. But oh my gosh, it's sore. So I did have a plaster on it and I took it off then after my shower this morning, but I think I should put another one back on it actually. There we go, guys. So I think that does look rather cute with the scissor paper, doesn't it? What do you think? It's very vintagey. Right, let me just ink now just to finish the effect. And I tell you what would look really cool now on this one is if I give it a blast, being as how it's been mixed media week last week. I'm gutted. I wanted to do so much more mixed media. I just have had a manic week. And I just haven't had the chance. So I'm hoping to have a bit of a quieter week. Oh, am I saying no? I'm not going to have a quiet weekend. I'm off up tomorrow to Malvern to pick up John because his university breaks up today. So he's got his uni bash now tonight, off in his tux. And then, so yeah, so I'm going to pick him up. I think I can see me crashing hard Sunday because I've just not had a lot of sleep at all this week. It's been like 3 hours a night. So yeah, I'll be glad to just have a day where I haven't got to go anywhere and I haven't got to be up for anything or anybody because the school run is killing me. I'm literally now on countdown to the summer holidays and it's terrible. We wish our lives away, don't we? But yeah. And of course, we're on another countdown. The retreat is coming soon. I'm so excited. We've been doing all of the workshop stuff this week. So the ladies all signed up for their workshops yesterday. And I must say, I was very, very impressed because they were all incredibly prompt. Anyone would think they were excited or something. No, they were great. Everybody did their form because I do like them to do a little form for me so I know, you know, any emergencies or whatever we need to get hold of. Not that we're going to need it, but if you've got it, you will never need it. If you don't have it, something will go wrong. What do they say? Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And I think if you prepare for every eventuality, I know these things. It's a shame I don't live like that, but no, I do when I can, but I'm just also a bit chaotic. So, right, there we go. I think that's everything. Here we are, and just that edge there. This really looks good, doesn't it, with the ink on it, though? It's been really vintage, this piece up here. Yes, vintage it up. Is that a new adjective? No, a verb. Right, is that a doing word? It's funny, I was having a conversation with my son yesterday, my youngest, and we were talking about clothes and how what you wear alters your attitude and the way you feel about yourself, obviously. And I was saying to him, trying to back from school, and I was saying about how I noticed how he changes his clothes several times in a day because I go upstairs and I'm always confused as to why there's so many different pairs of clothes out. And then I go in, I was thinking about it the other day, like, gosh, don't I get through some clothes in a day, man? You didn't fair do, so if you didn't chuck them all in the washing, you'll wear each thing a couple of days on the trot because obviously you only had them on like an hour. But I was thinking about it the other day and I was tidying up upstairs and then I thought, I was thinking to myself, yeah, why is he doing that? That's really annoying, that is. And then I walked in my bedroom and what greeted me, what same sight on my bed was probably 2 or 3 different changes of clothing. So I was saying to him then how I realised we both do the same thing and I change my clothes dependent on my activity, what I'm doing. You know, I don't just mean obviously if I'm exercising, but like sometimes if I want to go and sit on the settee as opposed to sitting in my craft room, I'll go and put a different pair of trousers on or a different top on or something, or you know, just change. If I'm cleaning, I want to wear something different. Or so I thought, yeah, it's funny. We're quite affected by the things we all, and of course we all have like sensitivity things. So sometimes I'll be wearing something in the morning, I'll be thinking, no, I can't wear this any longer. It's really rubbing me up the wrong way, literally. So I was saying to him about that, and then I've just completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh my days. Oh yes, I know. I remember now. My head is all over the place as well. That just almost fell out my head. I had like a fishing rod then in my brain going, no, come back. What was I going to say? So this morning I was getting ready and I was about to chuck on my usual thing. And it was only me mooching about the house. I was going to just chuck on, you know, my jogging bottoms and just a Sloppy Joe t-shirt. And I suddenly stopped and looked in the mirror and I thought, no, I need to put on something tidy to do my video, so that I'm bringing my best self to you. Otherwise, I must confess, my hair is in a towel because I'm drying it, and I'm trying to dry it without using the blow dryer, because my hair's damaged, you know. So, but aside from that, I have a nice dress on today because I've just passed my 2.5 stone milestone. I'm so pleased. It's coming off. My niece's wedding is in, I think, 9 weeks I've got left. But yeah, so I thought, oh, I've got loads of clothes in my wardrobe now that are getting a bit big for me already without me wearing. So I'm going to go and put a dress on and just wear it in the house today. Why not? Why not? Anyway, so yes, we are what we wear, not just what we eat. So there we are, guys. We've got 5 of these cute little one sheet wonders. Aren't they wonderful? So this one I've done stitching on. So I wanted to show you, because I thought, being as this is a sewing themed, ignore my, that was because something on my sewing machine was in the way and I moved. But I've done a little border around the front page, and then on the inside then, look, I've done different stitches then to show, give a bit of definition up to the pockets. So I think it looks quite cute. So it's just another idea. And also because you want to close this bit here. Close this bit here. So I thought, well, what better way to do that than by stitching it shut. And I've purposely done it a bit scrappy because obviously we want it to look like it's really stitched. So that's one idea. Okay. Now, what else have I done ready to show you? So let me just put all those in there a minute. Let me have a quick swig of me squash before I start clicking or getting really dry. Now, another great bit of vintage sewing ephemera that you could be using is sewing patterns. Now, it is literally a miracle this morning that I put my hand straight on these because I still don't know anything is in my room. I've lost all my inks this morning. I was like, oh, now I can either get in a tiz running around looking everywhere for them. I've put them safe somewhere. I don't know where. But there we are. It'll all turn up. Oh, it's fancy. Dressing gowns. Anyway, these are the sewing patterns that I happen to have. Oh, I could have used that one. There was a bit more on there, but never mind. Anyway, I've taken the pattern out here and I've used a little bit of this because it's lovely. It's like vellum, isn't it? So, or like, what's the other stuff we use? Yes, vellum, like a glassine bag. That's what I was trying to say. You could make a lovely glassine bag. So these, was my next idea, actually, for today. I just want to have a go with that. But what I've done instead is I have made a little tuck spot in the back, little pocket, using just some of the pattern. Have I got something I can tuck in there now? Tuck into my tuck spot. What do I do with the vintage bits I cut out? So these are from this week's freebies. There we go. There we are, now you can see it better. But see, once you put something in there, then you can see the pattern markings. Now, I folded the top over. This was so easy to do. All I literally did was just got a piece that was big enough to go on the back. So let me put one on here, because it's also great if you like your paper and you want to be able to see the paper. So I took a bit like this. Obviously, I want to incorporate as much as I can. You'd have giggled if you see me doing it, man. It took me a minute. I was trying to work out why it was upside down and back to front, and I was like, I must have had it like that. And I was thinking, why is this not going the right way around? And then I realised I had it upside down. So pop your font up the right way if you want to be able to see it. And then I literally just checked it out like that. So I folded down the top because obviously it's going to be a little bit flimsy, isn't it? So I thought, right, let's try and line up the fold with it if you've got any lines on the pattern so that you keep it nice and straight if you can. And then all I did, I'm saying all I did, I hope it stays on there now, but I just literally ran down the edge of the with a bit of ooh. There we go, because you don't want a lot of glue on there, you don't want to be losing a lot of the pocket. And then I just stuck it on top of, I like the ooh for things like this because it gives you a minute. Gives you a minute to pause and make sure everything is where it needs to be. If that makes sense. There we are. And then I took my scissors and I just simply then cut away the waist. But at least then I know my pocket is flush with my little ephemera folder. Oh. There we go. Because it's not hard, is it, cutting up pattern paper? There we go. There we are. Marvellous. Right. So let's move out of the way. So again, just a little idea. That's something else that you can incorporate with your projects. So I was just thinking, should we just quickly decorate some of these then? And we'll put some of our lovely embellishments on there. And I was going to add, wasn't I, an extra pocket or two inside. So let me just ink around this, because that bit of white there was annoying me. Sorry, I should have done that before I turned you all on. But I was keen to get started. Right, so let's do... That one there is pretty much done. We'll come back to that one. But I was thinking for the fronts, okay, so if I line them all up, perhaps I can do this most efficiently that way. So I've got one ready already. So this one I did earlier. Again, I've used some of the pattern paper. And I'm going to... let me just neaten that bottom edge up. I don't know what's the matter with me today. Everything is like sticking to me, the static. So again, I just cut around the size line, look, on the pattern. Because I just thought that was a bit interesting. And I thought you could just place this then straight on the top of the front. Was I going to put it on that one? I was going to put it on that one, I think. Yes, I was. There we are. So I've got my stitching around the edge, look. And then by using the pattern paper then, I can still see my stitching underneath. So let me just stick that down. Why dither? Let's just do it. I'm going to just use a hook. I don't think this will require anything stronger than that to stick it down. Here we are. There we go. It's just something a little bit different, isn't it? Now, obviously, to close these, before I forget, you could either put some magnets under here in the corners of the pockets, so they would then essentially just click shut, which I think would be quite cute, or you can use a closure, which I'm going to do with this one now. I've also got some bits of lace here and some ribbon. I thought that one might go better with it. What are you thinking? Oh, actually, saying that, it's disappearing on there a bit. Perhaps I'll use this one. Just going to put a little bit of lace across the bottom there like that, look, just to finish it off. Let's have this glue, I think. They never play ball, do they? Bear with. I can't find my pin cushion either. I couldn't find a needle this morning. Right. Let me just see if I can stick the pin in. There we are. Oh. That's a fat lot of use, isn't it? In the bin with you. Still not going. Come on, I got people watching. This is embarrassing. Trying to squeeze it too hard because it'll... No, sorry guys, it's not obliging. I don't know. What is it with glue? They're like, it's like working with kids working with glue. You just never know how it's going to go. It can be working perfectly fine 1 minute and then the next, no ball. Honestly. Come on guys, you're meant to be professionals, you know? I don't know. Will we get any recommendations from me? That's for certain. Right. Good old Oohoo is picking up the slack for you all today. Yes, he is. Right. Okay, make sure that's straight now, Rachel. Probably could have gotten away with a bigger piece on there, but that'll do. Get the idea. There we go. And then I was thinking maybe, just maybe, I might cut out one of these. These are in the kit. And we'll put one of these on their front. Just give it a little link. And then, last but not least, where's my scraps bucket? I think what would look rather wonderful behind it then is just a teeny tiny bit of fabric. So if I take that off the end of there, go, and then we can just plonk that on there. Plonk. Now, obviously, it'd be better if I could have stitched that on, but what did I do with it? Oh dear, I think another dog is in season. All he's done all morning is cry. Can you hear him whining out there? What's the matter, Taff? He was led in the garden earlier crying, and I was running around the house looking for him, thinking, oh my gosh, the dog's crying. Where is he? He literally just led outside my craft room door on the patio, whining. I'm like, what's the matter? So, I get this, I remember now. It was like this about 2 months ago. Funny enough, the neighbour's dog is barking out there as well. Dearie me. Gets really depressed when there's a dog in season. Miserable so-and-so. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Just very, very quickly stitch this on here. I'm going to do the whole thing, you know. Probably would have been just as quick, Rach, if you'd have just swiveled around in your chair and stuck it under the sewing machine. Yes, but it wouldn't have been as much fun, would it? No. Oh. Taffy, what's the matter? What are you crying for? There's nothing wrong with him. He'd come in and cry at me otherwise. He's just out there moaning. Silly doggo. Oh, golly, Rachel, that was a little bit vicious. Pulled it out your own hand then. Yeah, it's my own fault. My mother will tell me off for this. She'll say, thread is too long. I know, I'm lazy. I don't like rethreading my needle, you see. Taff, what's the matter, buddy? What are you pacing for? Like somebody was invited to dance. What's the matter? Come on. Perhaps not that energetic. He is just moping. There we go. Right. That'll do. Oh, I'm going to leave that knot on there as well. I think that looks really cool. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm using the wrong needle. I don't know what this needle is. It's massive. But I can't find my needle thing. My pin cushion with my needles in. Oh, my goodness. I'll find everything one day when I need it. Okay. There we are. Right. Okie dokie. Oh. Now, let's try and glue this on here now without... Oh, I think that looks quite cool on there. By there or by there? Or by there? No, by there. I like it there. Yeah. Shall I use some of this stuff? No, because that's empty, Rach. No glue for you. Oh, I don't think this is going to stick with this, but I'll give it a go. It'll be enough to give you the idea anyway. It might. It does stick fabric, but... I wouldn't want to go swinging it around, you know, hanging it out of an aeroplane. Not sure when we ever do that, but you know what I mean. There we go. There, doesn't that look cute? Okay, one last thing. We need a word. Oh, let's have a needle. Do I need another word on there? Yeah, down there, I think. Right, trim it down because it's a little long. And then let's ink him up because it looks far too shiny and clean. Golly, I wonder how long this video's been. Not too long, I hope. Bit of glue. Okay, perhaps I'll just decorate one other because there was one other idea I wanted to show you. I've still got thread on my needle now. There we go. Needle. I like that. If you wanted to be really fancy, what have I done with them? You could... I'm going to say pink because I have a bit of pink fabric. Put a pink button on there. Oh, no. I think this is a sign I need to order some glue. Don't you think? Shall I put that little button by there? Yeah, with a bit of thread behind him. Here we go. See if this will do it. Hopefully it will. Put the thread out like that. There we go. Right. Oh, I think that looks marvellous. Right, I'll come back to the other thing I was going to show you inside in a moment. So that's that one done anyway. Happy with that. Now, before I do that with this, I want to show you the pockets inside because I missed a step there. I am sorry. So I thought I would utilise these. Let's have this one here. You are perfect for this. Just cut along there. Okay, and then snip, snip, snip. I'm so excited. My new mats came this morning, or last night actually, I think it was, from my scan and cut, because I bought the scan and cut second hand last year, but the mats are in a terrible state and it hasn't been terribly easy to utilise. So I finally bit the bullet and ordered some new ones yesterday because I thought this is stupid. For a little bit of investment, I can use the thing then, can't I? Right, so I'm going to just simply glue that down there. Get that into a little pocket. So I'm super, super excited to get the rest of my cutting out done. You know, I wouldn't say it's particularly quicker than fussy cutting, but because my hands, fussy cutting is not always a viable option for me. So to be able to, I'm sorry, I'm looking for another one that's about the same length there. I could chop the top off it. Let's use this one. So yeah, just to have the option, and we're all very excited because, as you know, I had a Cricut for years that I could never work out how to use, so I recently gave it to Bella on the condition she doesn't ask me how to use it because I don't know. Do you know what? All of the things that I do technology-wise, you know, with all my jobs I've ever had, I've always worked with computers and all that kind of thing, you know, the designing, all that, that was just beyond me, that software. I don't know why. It just couldn't click. And Caroline, bless her heart, she did her very best to try and help me along. I just couldn't click with it. It's just some things I just get a bit of a block with, and that, unfortunately, was one of them. Let me just cut that off there so that they match. I know one will be taller than the other, but it doesn't matter. It's character. The whole point of vintage ephemera is it's unique, so you use what you've got to hand, don't you? Right. And across the bottom there. And then, don't they? Just so everything doesn't fall out. Here we go. So these are extra pockets. That's what I was on about at the beginning. Now we could put some this side too. I think we will, but maybe not out of that. I'm going to use the stamps out of the kit because I love these. They're so cute and pretty, and I think they look like little fabric samples, don't you? So that's a nice big one there. I wonder if I use that there. And it can be a little tuck spot. Yes. Yes, why not? Why not, say? And I'm going to leave them looking like stamps because it's a good reminder of the things that we can do with our stamps. Yes. Does that look like two pieces of paper there? It isn't, does it? No. The other thing, of course, what I could do is I could stagger them and have two to extend the pocket size. Yes, that's better. Just need to take that sharp edge off there. Let's just ink this one as well. There we go. Okay, so let's glue that piece down first. So we're just going to put the one side of that one on. And then I will glue. Is that upside down? I don't think it matters, does it? Then I will glue this piece then, and I'm going to glue here and across the bottom. Okay, so here and then across the bottom. There we go. So that's now giving us a nice big pocket there now. Oh, and there, of course. Silly me, forgot that bit. Otherwise it'll all be falling out. There we are. A nice little pocket there. And then, should we do another one this side then? Ooh, what about this lacy one? It's quite vintagey looking, isn't it? Oh, how many pockets are we lined up with here now then, do you reckon? So put that one there. Oh, I'm really cold. Probably should dry my hair, shouldn't I? Right, let me look at the time. Okay, come on, Rachel, I need to wrap So a bit of glue there, and then across there. A lot of traffic noise this morning. Been a lot of sirens gone up our road this morning, and it's funny because living here is something I never hear now. So I hope everybody's all right. I don't know what that was all about. And I'm not very good at knowing which siren it is, if that makes sense. You know, whether it's fire or police or ambulance. Right, so we should now essentially have, I'm going to just test it with these now. These are the little strips out of the kit. Oh, look, there we are. Nice deep pocket there. Somebody keep my measuring tape. Yes, marvellous. I can hear one of the boats going past on the canal. My craft room, I've got doors in a door in my craft room that opens out onto the patio, and beyond the patio then there's a hedge, and literally the other side of the hedge is the canal. So very often I'm sitting here thinking, why can I hear engines rumbling? And then I completely forget that there's a canal up there. So you should then be able to put, perhaps not that, that's a little large. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to be putting the Vintage Ephemera in there, aren't I? Well, bad me, I haven't cut it all out. I am sorry. I was doing the one lot last night, and then I forgot about the little pieces. So let me just quickly, because the whole purpose of this was for it to be an ephemera holder, was it not? Yes, Rachel. It would have been a good idea if you'd cut up the ephemera ready to place into your pockets. Never mind. You can always wind this bit on if they're bored, can't they? See me talking nonsense. Right, one. Don't we just love straight lines? Two. There we go. Right. Ink, ink, ink. There we are. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Perhaps not this colour. I should have gone with more of the grey ones, I think. You would have seen them better, but... And then a bit of ink on this one. Very nice, very nice. Yep, perfect for that. And then we'll close the little doors. So make sure it's tucked away. And then, of course, you've got a larger pocket here then. Don't forget about the larger pocket. Now, you could just leave it shut like that. Glue that down and have big pocket there, and a pocket there, and then just have it not opening out. But I quite like that little addition there to, you know, so I suppose really you could put something like a tall tag in there would be nice there, so you could see it over here. And then in the front then you'd be looking to put things more like this size, because obviously you will have glued that shut then, and maybe more like this. Come on, out of the main little pot. It. Naughty, naughty. So sorry. I don't back them in either, but I'm going to cut a corner there. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Now, I think they would be nice with some nice fabric swatches down the side of those. And then you could, if you wanted to, then put a little pockets across the front of here. God, you'd have so many pockets. There we are. What if we use this? And we make a pocket out of it, or a tuck. Make it a little tuck spot. And then you could put small things in there then, can you? Manuel typographique. Typographique. Let's take the flag bits off. That's because they're not necessary. Ink, ink. Another bit of glue. Oh, dog's having a drink. Noisy thing, isn't he? There we go. Put that on there like so. And then should I put on the other side? What else did I pick up? The boutique. Oh. Yeah, let's put that one on there. I'm keeping my coloured ones for another project. I thought I'd keep this one just looking vintage ephemera-ish. If that's even a word. Let's just cut that end off there. And cut that end off there. And hope now that's the right size. Because I literally just eyeballed that. Nope. Here we go. There. Lovely job. So we've got little tuck spots in. Just put some bits in this, you can get the idea. There we are. So that's definitely stamp storage there. And then of course, don't forget you've got larger pockets in the back then, which you could put something like, I don't know, journaling cards in perhaps. Tags would probably be better, a nice fancy done up tag, but just so that you don't forget there's a pocket in there. So you can see that. But I really would go with a tag with a tab on it, because obviously it's going to be seen both sides. It'd be quite nice to have a nice tab poking at the top of there. I do apologise, I haven't done my tags and tabs yet. But on to the cover. So the other idea that I had was, what have I done with it? Here we go. I have this button card. And what I thought we could do, something a little bit different for the cover, is stitch on, right, I don't need you now, so you can go back over there with your lovely glue stopper in. Yeah, stitch on some buttons. So I just need to very quickly right, and I was going to use the white ones because they look really old. Now, let's see. That one's already got thread on it. There we are. Now, this is a good opportunity to use ones that are quite raised, if that makes sense, because they're not going to be causing anything, you know what I mean. Oh, most of these have got thread on them. That's perfect. So I don't need to go over them all. Ha! There we go. I could, in a sense, just glue those straight on, actually. Let me put the buttons back in the jar, or I'll walk away to upload this video, and then they'll sit on my desk for the week. And I'm really trying very hard not to keep doing that. So, oop. Here you go. I'll find that other one after. Right, so as I said, you can either glue them on or stitch them on. I think I might just glue them on. No, I won't. I'll stitch them on, because if I glue them on, they're going to fall off, aren't they? So let me just do a really quick 1, 2, 3 run-in stitch through those holes I just made, and I will in turn pick up each button. So sorry, that was what I made the holes for, was just to help me expedite my journey for my my thread. There we go. And then if I do a return hole underneath. Oh, goodness gracious, come on, Rachel. Oh, I was trying to push into a button, that's why it wouldn't go through. Silly me. There we go. So that's one. And then I'm going to go straight across then to number 2. And then we'll just attach that thread there. And then I'm going to just go straight back down through there. There we are. And then through hole number 3. Oh, this is much easier than sitting there blinking, having to re-thread them all, stitch them all even. Through that hole there. Oh, don't knot now. I haven't got time for knots. Right, there we go. Not now. Get it? Not now. Oh, okay. Another one of my bad mum jokes. Apparently dad jokes are funny, but mum jokes are not. Here we go. And then I'm just going to grab that there. And then see, looking familiar, the back of a, because that's all they do is just they don't do loads and loads of stitches, do they? just attaching it. And then back through there. Oops, I have a hole one too big now. And then last but by no means least, up through the final hole. Golly, that's the quickest I've ever stitched. And I will have to do a quick thread through of this one because it has no thread. That's okay. 2 seconds. There we go. And then another hole. Oh, have I gone to the same blinking hole? I think I have, haven't I? Oh, never mind. Right. Okay. And then we're going to go up through there, tighten it on itself, which is generally the idea of these things. And hopefully they'll all stay where I've put them. Now, if you want to glue them down in addition, you can, but I think that'll be just fine. And I think then I'm going to cut a little bit off the top because it's a little bit high. Let me just trim there. Straight. And then corner rounder, where are you? I've just used you, there you are. Take a small edge corner rounder. What are you up to, Taff? What's that pertaining, my boy? What are you doing? What's occurring? What you doing? There we go. Glue that on there. You want lots of glue on this because it's obviously quite heavy. So I'm going to double up now and I'm going to put some of the Bailey art glue as well. Any of it out around where the buttons are, so it really holds it on tight. Here we go. Obviously, if I had more time, I would stitch around the card. Gosh, that card even feels like a vintage button card now. There we go. Okay, what's missing? Something across the top. Bit of lace maybe. Yep. Bit of lace. This has been a very fun little project. Enjoy doing these today. But like I say, these are ideal for mass makes if you want to spend a day doing mass makes because they don't take 2 minutes to make them up. Or even if you want to make a load of them and just leave them in your ephemera trays ready for when you, you know, and then you can decorate them as according to whatever your project is or whatever journal you're working on. Rather than committing yourself to a theme too many times, if that makes sense. You can have too much of a good thing after all. There we go. Just trim that off. Lovely. Now, I'm going to use some of this then as a little closure. So, we're happy with how everything is inside. We know I need tags. Nobody's judging me. That's fine. We dealt with that. And I'm going to just put now a little closure then around here. Trying not to knock off my buttons. This is gonna be tricky with my finger. Come on, you come. There's nothing more pressurizing than trying to do a bow mid-camera. No, that's not too bad actually. Because they never normally work out right. There we are. That seems a bit long, but there we go. And you got yourself a nice little little ephemera wallet there. So you can either have your bow in the middle. Oh, it's too long. Never mind. Ignore my terrible bow. But you can either have your bow in the middle, or you can have it on the side, as some of us like to do. Probably would have been easier to do it up there. And just have a little bow there. You can put your bow up higher. You can do whatever. But I think that is... Oh, and don't forget the pocket in the back, Rach. You were going to put something in there, weren't you? I was indeed. Right, let's just... So I don't look like I've forgotten. Just put something in the back. There we go. And I got that in the back of there like that. That's coming up a bit, so let's just glue that bit down. There we go. Marvellous. Well, I'm very happy with that. Oh, I think they look wonderful, those buttons on the front of there. So we've got that one there. Where's the other one I did? The first one. Where have I chucked that to? Oh, that's over here. We've got this one here. So shall I just put a bit of ribbon around that one? It's done then, isn't it? See? It's all finished then. So that's a little closure for this one. And I was going to just very quickly then show you one other example of a front. Oh gosh, this ribbon is far too delicate for my big fat fingers. Go on, where are you? Right, better. There. Lovely job. So there's that one there, that one there, and then see if this will work on here. I was going to suggest then the other thing you can of course do is to put a cluster on the front, just the cluster. Oh, I like that as a front piece. So let's try put ooh on there, because I'm actually finding quite good results using that now with my fabrics. Who knew? Say with fabric, which is strong and fast. But not too fast, you see, for the ditherers. Gosh, I couldn't get out then. For the ditherers like me who change their mind or can't put it on straight the first time, usually because they've got a camera in the way. Right, okay. There we go. Oh, I think that looks lovely on the front of there. Because the thing is, it's not like you're writing in it, see? So, like I say, this is a good opportunity to get those buttons out now. Because, you know, they're not going to be in the way being leaned on or anything. But I like that very, very much. Because I was thinking of using these inside then, look, for pockets. These are out of the kit. So let's just stick those in there. I'm sorry, guys. I probably should be finishing up now and letting you go. But I'm having fun. Doesn't happen very often. I don't mean that I don't have fun. I mean that I don't have a chance to craft. I might have to just cut that corner off there. That's okay. Adapt as you need to. There we go. Let's just glue that down. There we are. And then you've got a nice interesting little pocket then at the front. It's like a pair of trousers, isn't it? And then I don't know if that one's going to fit because that one's a bit bigger. No, I think it might. If I just take that bit off there, the wings, chop them off, and I think it might do it. Yes, it will. Right, so I'm gluing here, here, and across the bottom. So down there, across, and up there. And then oil my chair as well. Right, is it creaking every time I move? There we go. They make rather nice pockets, don't they? I thought so anyway. And of course you could again put little things across there, but I'll leave that for now because I think you've got the idea. Right, let me just quickly tidy the desk. Clear the decks, as they say. Oh, where did I put the needle? Oh, there it is. Gosh, that was lazy of you, Rachel. You've been wondering where that was after, wouldn't you? It fascinates me how the desk gets such a mess and everything ends up at like the four corners. Of course, you know, there are other things, other ideas I had. I was thinking of putting that on there. I could stick that on top of a cluster maybe. I was also thinking if I wanted to just decorate the inside, I could have just used these lovely cute thimbles and they would have gone rather nicely in there. So, you know, there's all sorts of ways that you can finish them off. But yes, you get the idea. Okay, so I'm not going to labour the point anymore. I hope you've enjoyed what we've been working with today and our little projects, our little one-page wonders. They look marvellous with either music paper or, oh, there we are. They would look better on the music paper, look. There you go. Music paper or with buttons or whatever you're going to use. But I hope you'll have a go. Really, really easy to do. Very, very simple and a lot of fun, clearly, because I can't stop creating with them now. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Let me just quickly remind you who's coming up. So we have got tomorrow Kate at Pixie K Designs, and also don't forget Bella's video is on today, and then Monday then Antonio kicks us off the week, and we've got another full fabulous week ahead. Excellent. Oh my gosh, so much excitement coming up. Guys, don't forget about the giveaway. Please don't forget to leave likes and comments on all of the collaboration videos. And if you've enjoyed my video today, I hope you will give me a like and a comment. Leave a comment, say hello. Always love to hear from you all. Other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll be back with you very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.